of blaring horn instruments being perfected by Marching Mizzou tomorrow evening, you will understand why sports are such a special part of our society. No other leisure activity brings together more than half of an entire community the way sports, and more specifically, a Mizzou football game does at Faurot Field. Not to mention the hundreds of fans that hail from St. Louis or Kansas City, or even surrounding cities and states that make the journey. It's this massive influx of die-hard alumni and loyal fans that create the rowdy and loose environment that autumn weekends present to us. Yes, cars driving on stadium will be backed up all the way to Old 63, and finding a parking spot on campus might take 15 minutes. But take a deep breath and enjoy all the positives that come with the football season. My name is Brady Finn, and this has been the KCOU Sports Spotlight.
Saturday, it's opening night at Faurot Field as the Murray State Racers come to town to take on the Missouri Tigers. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. with Tiger pregame live. Kickoff shortly after 6 p.m. Tigers, Racers. Coverage starts at Saturday afternoon at 5 on KCOU 88.1 FM and KCOU.FM. KCOU Columbia. KCOU.FM all around the world. A free service of MSA GPC.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do. Good time. Anytime you need a payment. Good time. Free. Good time. Anytime you're up Monday. Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit rip-off. Good times. Searching and surviving. Good times. Good times. Ain't we lucky we got a bum, 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 bum. Good times. Good times.
That's right. That's right. Come on, Guitar Lick. There you are. It is hour number 2 of Happy Hour on KCOU 88.1 FM. Joe Northern along with Eddie Duckworth here in the Student Center Studios. A big show, a big hour number 2 coming up for you. Andy Humphrey and Steve Goldberg are standing by. They'll give you a game preview for Saturday, tomorrow night's game against the Murray State Racers. But now, this is a song I know you will be rocking out to tomorrow with just 5 minutes to go right before kickoff. Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. It is Happy Hour on KCOU 88.1 FM, KCOU.FM. Joe Northern along with Eddie Duckworth. And joining us here in the studio, Andy Humphrey and Steve Goldberg. They will have the call for tomorrow night's game against Murray State here on KCOU. Guys, how you doing?
Oh, very good. How are you, Joe?
I am great. It's Friday. I'm feeling pretty good. More importantly, college football is back after a very interesting late-night game last night.
Yeah. Wasn't that a thriller?
That was, I mean, here's the thing. I'm watching fourth quarter, 28-17. I'm like, all right, Vandy's probably going to walk away with it. But then, no, Ole Miss goes back, scores 2 touchdowns. Then Vanderbilt goes back and scores. And then Ole Miss runs it all the way in. After, it was like what, a 79-yard rush, something like that?
Yeah, well, I kept saying that game was not over and it was going down to the wire. And sure enough, that fourth quarter exceeded all of our expectations.
Absolutely. No, I mean, just like last year with Jordan Rogers getting that touchdown pass at Oxford. So, like you said, it's not over yet. And you know, this is really going to set the ground, I think, for most of these conference games this season. But tomorrow we don't have a conference game, but yet still it's opening day. Opening day is a big game. What can we expect tomorrow with Mizzou and Murray State?
Well, you can expect a hot one. That's for starters.
Absolutely.
Any fans going out to the game, make sure bring your water bottles. Mizzou Athletics is allowing you
shorts,
1 water bottle in there, some complimentary ice.
Some complimentary ice.
Yeah, stay cool, dress appropriately.
At least 5 T-shirts, too.
Yeah, exactly.
5 T-shirts.
Got to change them out a little bit.
But anyway, as far as the actual game itself, for starters, it'll be nice to see Henry Josie back on the field for the first time since that gruesome knee injury.
That was back in November 2011, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I tweeted this last night, and I'd love to see, Henry Josie making that 75-yard touchdown run at Vanderbilt to beat Vanderbilt in the last 2 minutes. I think that'd be pretty cool to see, and I think he's capable of that. But, yeah, we'll definitely see him in a very he's really angry right now because he wants to make it back to a bowl game.
Now, didn't he like shave like his numbers into his head or something? I know he shaved something into his head, and that can tell you first off somebody's hungry whenever it comes to getting back into a bowl game. Because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Mizzou's only going to be 5-7, 4-8" from most major publications. The vibe is much different here, though, in Columbia.
Yeah, well, this team is motivated. I was listening to Gary Pinkel's Tiger Talk on Monday night with Mike Kelly, and he was talking about how determined this team is, especially compared to last year's team. And last year's team had some great senior leadership, but this year's team does as well. Some excellent captains, James Franklin, E.J. Gaines, LaDamian Washington, and I feel like these guys are coming into the season with a chip on their shoulder. And,
Absolutely.
And how that translates to success on the field, only time will tell. But these guys are motivated, and I think that the fans are going to see a lot of that motivation coming out tomorrow night.
Now, tomorrow night, you'll definitely see them work out a few kinks, definitely, because they've been out. They haven't really faced any outside competition, for quite some time. And still kind of like a preseason game, how they treat this.
Right,
but
right.
definitely expect a lot of scoring on our side. At least I hope so. Please. Let's score against Murray State. I mean,
if it was any indication on the team they faced last year, Florida State 69-3, the final on that one. Hopefully, if we can get at least 40 or 50,
I'd be fine with that.
That would be a satisfying one. So we'll see what happens with that. They will have the call tomorrow night at 6 p.m. We go on the air at Tiger Pregame Live at 5 o'clock right here on KCOU at 88.1 FM, KCOU.FM. And thank you guys for coming in and joining us, and we'll be looking forward to hearing you all tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, coming up, we still have more people to talk to. Eddie Duckworth will join us as we'll talk with him on his new show, The Right. Well, not necessarily a new show, but a classic. But right now, here's something you'll see tomorrow. Nothing wrong with the little red solo cup action for you. It is happy hour on KCOU at 88.1 FM, KCOU.FM. Joe Northern along with Eddie Duckworth. Now, Eddie, if you haven't heard of this man on KCOU, you should. He is the host of really the official kickoff to the weekend. I say my show kind of kicks off the weekend. That's if you're just getting ready to go for a road trip or ready to get out of class and whatnot.
It's the precursor to the kickoff of the weekend.
It is the precursor, yes. It's just
the
like
kickoff to the kickoff.
Yes. But this guy right here, he has the show called The Right here on KCOU 88.1 FM from Fridays to 6 to 8 p.m. Arguably the rookie of the year when it came to shows last semester on the station.
Thank you.
Tell us, what can we expect from The Right?
Okay, well, The Right is me, myself, and my co-host, Leviticus Allen, a.k.a. DJ Lil Love, and my DJ moniker is DJ Swoove. Basically, what we just try to bring like a lot of energy to the to Friday nights to kick off the weekend. We try to play a lot of music that people can party to, or people can just kind of like come home from work and be like, I'm tired of my job, I just want to kick off the weekend and just kind of jam out to it. And we really try to like kickstart people's weekends, just kind of get them upbeat and like, just ready to get wild and out and all that.
Now, you guys are also the first show on KCOU to make a TV commercial there on METV. How was that?
Funny story about the TV commercial. We were scheduling to shoot it like at least maybe 2 months, and every time we were scheduled to shoot it, I couldn't make it or he couldn't make it, or we were trying to get Carl Edwards, who does the Boxer Free Night Show, to get in on it too, and he couldn't make it. So then one day, Leviticus was just like in the studio, and I just happened to walk in. He's like, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, just working on the script for the commercial. And I'm like, hey, we just want to shoot it right now since we're not doing anything? He's like, yeah, let's do it right now. And we did it after 2 months of planning.
That's
nothing
awesome.
happening.
That's awesome. No, I want to try to get a commercial some point for the show, but who knows? Anyway, coming up, things we don't like. We'll tell you basically some things we don't like, some things that have happened in the past hour that we don't like.
Ooh.
Especially developing my email inbox. Right now, Kanye, Gold Digger.
It's time for Don't Like on Happy Hour.
Something that I don't like. Today, I wake up to a plethora of emails in my inbox of people trying to get off the MUTV listserv. And I didn't know how to get off the listserv at first, but then I look in it, 40 people trying to get off it saying, please take me off the listserv. Please take me off the listserv. There's an easier way to do it, and nobody knows it. Instead, you are clouding my inbox with 50-plus messages of, please take me off. Please take me off. Stop it. There's an easier way to do it. My goodness, people blowing up my inbox with emails that don't concern me. Junk mail. That's something I don't like.
Okay, one thing I don't like. Okay, if you're going to play basketball or any contact sport with people, especially people you don't know, trim your damn fingernails, please. You don't know how many times my hands and arms have gotten cut up because somebody doesn't know how to invest 25 cents into a fingernail clipper. Come on. Come on, man. Just take like 2 minutes out of your day to trim your fingernails before you go bald. That's all. That's all I'm asking.
You know what I don't like? I don't like this heat. This heat wave that we have now here in Missouri. 97 today, 98 tomorrow for a football game. That's going to be terrible. I don't like that heat.
Did I mention they're wearing all black jerseys tomorrow, too, in the ball game?
Smart.
Yeah, real smart in that case.
I will say this, though. I'd rather 97 degrees now than like 20 degrees come like September.
Give me that cold weather.
October, November.
Give me that cold weather. You know what? I say that right now. I'm going to regret that in December.
Probably.
When I say that right now, I'll take my 28 and bundle it up over 99 and nothing you can do.
I won't be able to deal with 20-degree weather as long as there's no like 4 or 5 inches of snow behind.
Okay, I'll agree. If there's snow, then there's problems for me getting to campus. Then there's a problem.
Yeah.
That would be a problem. Something else that I don't like, I tried the new Fazoli's on 9th Street the other day.
What are you doing?
Yeah, first off,
What are you doing?
That's exactly what I'm saying, but I had a 5 on hand and I was a little hungry, so I went and got this slice of pizza. Honestly, I could have bought I know frozen pizza's cheaper anyway, but still, I taste the little thing of it. It's got like bumps on the bottom. Like little bumps for when you could tell it was cooked and whatnot. Like it's, ugh.
You should have got that pizza baked pasta.
I should have got that pizza baked pasta, but still though, fast food Italian, unless I'm desperate, that's something I don't like.
Okay, something else I don't like. People, when you're driving down Stadium, like from Providence, like you're going to a stadium in Tiger Avenue or whatever it is, when there's a flashing yellow light and the green screen for your lane, don't sit behind the line, pull out into the intersection, especially if I'm behind you, because I don't feel like waiting for a whole other light cycle. If you have the caution arrow, that doesn't mean sit behind the line, it means pull out into the intersection.
Yeah,
and wait your
exactly.
turn.
Yeah.
So don't sit behind the line because I have to sit behind you, and I don't like waiting.
You'd be in a lot of problems in Los Angeles if you did that.
Yes.
Or actually,
Anywhere.
Anywhere here. Any major city have a problem. You know what I don't like? I don't like what's happening to Lamar Odom right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, that is bad.
His life, he got arrested this early this morning.
Early this morning.
I-
It was like 11:20 something. I'm
No,
not sure.
3:54
3:15.
a.m.
Oh,
3:54 a.m.
3:54 a.m.
So
got
nearly
arrested.
4 in the morning for a DUI. That's some scary stuff that's going on with Lamar Odom. He's got to get it. Hope the best for him, but hopefully he can get his act together. I don't like what's happening to him.
I don't either, and that's the segment we like to call Don't Like. If you couldn't tell, Jeff Parles hopping into the studio as well.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to talk to him about a new show that we started in 3.5 minutes last Tuesday. And surprisingly, they're going to keep letting us do it as time goes on.
It's the best thing that 3.5 minutes can make.
Absolutely. We'll talk more with that and plenty more here on Happy Hour on KCOU. Back after this.
You're listening to Happy Hour. Connect with the show now. Call us at 573-882-8262. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/happyhourkcou. And follow us on Twitter at Happy Hour on KCOU.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Happy Hour on KCOU 88.1 FM, KCOU.FM. Joe Northern, Eddie Duckworth, Jeff Parles with you here in the Student Center studios. So I think it's fair to say we got to bring up, a lot of random things happen in the KCOU studio. You all know this at this point.
Of course.
But nothing more random of what we came up with about Tuesday afternoon, about 1:15. And Carson Cordelius, the sports director here, we all were just throwing out ideas. And you know the story better than I am because I'm still wrapping my head about all that happened with it. My goodness. Here,
It just basically came out of nowhere. We're like, all right, because on the KCOU schedule, 12 to 2 on Tuesdays, which is a pretty good time slot.
Yeah, real
It's a pretty
good.
good time slot. Any time slot you can get in the middle of the day, that's a good time slot.
Absolutely.
I would say
It
so.
was open. 12 to 2 is open. So I was like to Carson, why not? None of us have class from 12:15 to 2. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a 2 o'clock class, so we cut it off, go 1 to 1:58, and let's do a show.
And
then Carson went to our programming director Austin, and Austin was like, okay, yeah, why not? It's open. try it out, see how it did. We had our first show.
This happened.
5 o'clock on Tuesday.
And this happened. Got the old Coach's Corner music going and everything.